Welcome back to Pyre. We left off at the Glade of Blue after defeating the Chastity, the triumvirate of saps, which are these tree-like humanoids. And of course we met Sandalwood, so the leader, I guess, of the troop, the triumvirate, or at least the benefactor of the triumvirate. Anyway, and this is where we are. This is so pretty. Anyway, we will continue the journey. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Oh, that was through the woods. I don't know if I visited that on the way through. The Sclorian Shore is our only choice. You've not yet been to this region of the downside. Volfred revealed this to be the one path through the woods into the north. Off we go then. Well, the wagon brakes on ice seemingly well. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. Mount Alodiel is the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Oh wow, there's a lot of choices. Doing what you want. Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Achieving inner peace. Freedom means having a clear conscience and a carefree heart. Having no master. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Going where you please. Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns, without restriction and without fear. To feel true love. Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Living without fear. Freedom means living without concern for others' judgment or approval. Or nothing at all. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Or remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Ooh, I like that, because I don't know if I like this guy yet. I'm just going to pick that one. Your thoughts on freedom are your own. You hold Volfred's gaze, but do not answer him. You feel the tension growing, but at last he breaks the silence on his own.
Veritas.
So, freedom means you can defy me, is that it? Well, I suppose it does. Or perhaps you haven't spared the subject any real thought, or don't know what you think I wish to hear. No matter. I pose the question to get you to think. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think, or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor. The opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are still out there, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rites. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. His agents? The Spiral Sanctum is the burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. Oh, interesting. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish, live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So, if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Fulford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends. Some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom? You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Fulford turns toward the mountains, leaving me to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Well, currently there's one choice. Mora Pass. Pathway leading north to the Sacred Mountain. Fulford indicates this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Alodiel. Beyond lies Mount Alodiel. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Ooh. The Beyonders crystal seeks heaven. Ooh. Alright. Let's go in here. Okay. Fulford seems to have something on his mind. There you are, my boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you, in private. Fulford stares at you. rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet, your friends. That explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. What? I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with the group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? Wolfred indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. Now see, I'm curious about that. I don't fully trust him. Not just because he's dark and brooding looking, but because if he seems to anticipate that he is going to meet them on the other side, and he's a reader as well. And what exactly is he going to do if I'm not here? Be the reader? So yeah, I don't trust that he's telling us the truth. Say you understand. There is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. I'm probably going to go with that one. Say you do not care. You have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. Fair enough. Say nothing. If Wolfred really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. I don't want to be too confrontational. I already did that once. We're going to say we understand. You understand the words of warning, yet, just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my boy. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then... He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. We don't have a new page, right? No, okay. No, just the Beyonder Crystal. Scribe Trials, 1 available. A visit for my favorite reader. What is the occasion? You have evoked Sandra from the Beyonder Crystal. What do you wish to do? Well, let's ask what's on her mind, since it's available. Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I've been imprisoned here? Sandra is asking you to guess the duration of her exile. Sandra appears rather youthful. Surely her incarceration cannot have been that long, a year, 10 years. Perhaps Sandra has been trapped within the Beyonder crystal for a long time already. Sandra could have been imprisoned for much longer than her appearance suggests, and maybe guessing at an absurd number may do something to raise Sandra's spirits a bit. Oh, jeez. Actually, that's kind of funny. I think I'm going to choose that one. 1,000 years? You guess that Sandra could have been in her current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough, I shall be getting there. What? I have been in prison thus for 837 years. According to my count, at least. It is possible I have lost track, although, given my state, I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long that it has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let's get back to business. Scribe trial. Then who exactly do you have in mind? By Hedwyn. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Hedwyn. Oh, you must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Hedwyn appears in heed of the summons. Hey, my friend. What's going on? The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, boy. You answer to me here. Understood. You're a fool! Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let us see what you can do without their aid, save for that of your lovely reader there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, nope, that's bad. Nope. Oh, this is gonna be hard. One. No! Crap. That's bad. There we go. Oh, I got a little bit of an advantage. Okay. No! Ah, I was trying to throw it. No! Oh, no, that's bad. No, no, not her again. What? How'd I go? Went right through her? I don't understand what happened. No, no, no! Boy. Oh, I was so close. Jeez. Greedy. Nope. Oh my god. I might fail this one. So close. Oh my goodness. Oy. Whew. One more. I cannot let them do it again. Ah! One. Okay. He almost had me. No! Ah! Ah! It's done. We did it! Yeah. Yeah, we did. It seems you did indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order, to you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Whew. Good to be back after all that. Say, what's that you have there? You received Gull's Bracer for completing Hedwyn's trial. Oh. Gull's Bracer. Hedwyn power casts his aura with greater ease and gains infinite stamina on hit for 2 seconds. What? Wow, that's awesome. That's almost worth it to swap it out. Let's go do it right now. Wow, that is great. Okay. Alright. Let's exit. Alright, discuss the plan. Volfred wishes to continue speaking with the group. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Alodiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through the Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Scribe's Gate. It is said the scribes themselves keep watch over Scribe's Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Soliam and meet our adversaries in the Rite. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Let's review the Fall of Soliam. One of the downside celestial landmarks. The temple, the highest point in the downside, exists to honor the 8 scribes. The Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings, led by the demon Ignarius. Ignarius is the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the Rites. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, Somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wished to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn you shall begin your ascent of Mount Alodiel. Well, I am going to mentor another companion. I would like to get some of the newer folks leveled up a bit. Okay. Let's see. Jody has 2. Rookie has 2. Ray only has 1. Tizo has 1. And Prometha has 0 skills. I guess we'll do her. Fine then. Let us chat together for a spell. You and Pamitha spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense she gained something from it. Very good. Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether or not you like it. Alright, choose a mastery. Swift Flight. Oh, hold on. Let's look at the... Wings of the Matriarch is one path. Rite's mastery is enhancing a harp's swiftness and mobility. When Trieste Tithys led her people to the mountains, they began to train themselves in new ways to survive. And our first ability here is Swift Flight. While flying, Pamitha moves faster than usual. There were none who could outpace the matriarch Trieste Tithys as she soared across the skies. Well, I like to have fast people, so I like that. I like playing that way. Ways of the High Wing. Rite's mastery is enhancing a harp's aggressive capabilities. The High Wing were nearly destroyed after Saint Trieste left them. Those who remained grew strong. Winged Fury, first skill. For 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamitha moves 30% faster than usual. Whoa, okay, I like that. Often did the matriarch assuage her sister's rising anger and compel them not to war upon the wingless. Actually, now her aura cast is actually a charge, which means it is probably... And it's very fast. I think I might actually go this route with her. I hadn't thought of it quite that way, reader darling. Very well. I'm glad we broadened your perspective. Alright, that's that. Alright, now we'll continue the journey. Mount Alodiel. Oh, the ascent shall begin here. Okay, if we're not necessarily going to be at the top. Whoa, wow. Here before you lies Mount Alodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped to this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted my many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwyn over there. He was tasked with seeking two trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I've reason to believe you are not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rites, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. No, let's keep listening. Yes, this is important. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Wolfred's plan. You ought to consider his every word. Well, no, that's quite enough. Soon you have another right to conduct. Best to focus on matters close at hand. Now I want to listen. Wolfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodariel raises her voice again. Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know why us. Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? Liberation rite? On a blooded moon at the fall of Soliam, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. Okay. That's the thing we're working towards. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory, says the Book of Rites. Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say, because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the Eight created the rites, each of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed had stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Night Wings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common rite, then? Participation is all that matters? Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom, while failure can be an excellent teacher. The scribes do favor the victor. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmured to themselves about all this as Wulfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Fall. A pathway on the outskirts of Mount Alodiel's nameless lower summit. Pyre-Part expects some long-lost valuables to be stashed here. Ooh. Emperor's Ascent. A gap through the nameless lower summits beneath Mount Alodiel. Ray believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. Okay, this is probably an item. Actually, the one time there was nothing, which is very sad. But this is probably, assuming there's something here, it's probably an item. This is probably a buff to the rites. I am not entirely sure which I prefer. I suppose though, if this gives me something for trade, and I get another talisman, or if it is a talisman itself, and I suppose that is fair enough. But we did, in order for group harmony, we chose Ray's choice very recently. It might have even been the last one. So we're going to choose Pyre-Part's this time. Oh, I just noticed that, like, sculpture of a face right there. You joined Pyre-Part on her brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait. I shall be joining you. What? Now I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game. Whatever your wingless are into. Sorry, whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I? The first one out of here? Of course. It's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides, maybe that Wulfred, though he seems plenty happy here, making his speeches. He does talk quite a lot, I'll give her that. How dare you? How dare you to presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way you shall be free. Of me, at least. And I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that, you intervene. Dodariel's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Pyre-Part scoffs as Dodariel storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Pamitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. You found a luminous idol. You sense its power. Well, let's have a look at it. It is a talisman. After grasping the orb, the bearer instantly recovers all stamina. Oh. The long-forgotten effigy of the Songfisher, thought to embolden one's spirit when closer to celestial phenomenon. Well, what? I equip that? That seems odd. Oh, okay. Huh. That's pretty cool. Oh boy. Temple Cistern. Sir Gilman suggests we go to the Temple Cistern, the second of two paths leading to the mountain summit. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters here. We may honor him now. Oh, actually, there's a little worm knight right here. Look at that. The Temple High Road. First of two paths leading to the mountain summit. Hedwyn expressed a passing whim to see the view from here. Well, we're gonna indulge Sir Gilman on that. At long last! The worm surges toward the waters of the cistern. You decided to join him for a brief excursion there after another day's ride. Hard ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel freshwater's cool caress against his scales. He sighs, splashing about from time to time. Then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind. To take with you this wayward knight, he swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. He knows that soon now, someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice. Is that not so? This night he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please, upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's much atoning to be done. So, when rises the occasion to decide who ought to go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please, do not choose him! Not even if you wish, and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight that simple dignity. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. Oh. Oh wow, he gained some enlightenment. That's very cool. Alright. He almost went up a rank. That would have been awesome. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more, and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. Celeste, the gate guardian. She watches over Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel and the rites. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work is piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then, let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now each of you in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess. With my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Ray, and I'm here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Tizo's so cute. Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion, at your service! This knight is on a quest to find his honor! He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then, as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You! I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. State who you are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Oh boy. You are just a crippled scholar. When they learned that you knew the old ways, they came for you, and you could not run far. You're just an old farmhand. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside nonetheless. You're just a war orphan. Years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants afflicted you since birth, or you do not know who you are. Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like in the Commonwealth. I am going to pick that one, because I kind of don't know. You cannot, for the life of you, recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. State also what you truly seek. You want true freedom. You wish to return to the Commonwealth and to live out your days there, doing as you please. You want to help your friends. You wish to do whatever it takes to see your fellow exiles regain their freedom. You want revenge. The Commonwealth which cast you down into the downside cannot be forgiven. You want to see what happens. All you expect is that the outcome of this whole ordeal is going to be interesting. Actually, I want to help my friends. I'm starting to get rather fond of these people. The companions you have met here, who have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? I, Celeste? Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. From the top of Mount Alodiel, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. That's the liberation rate. What? Something's weird here. We have not played this long enough. Alright, we're gonna check out the Black Wagon. Jadariel wishes to... Ooh, what is this? River Frost. So cool it can burn the skin, but keeps the wagon cool and the food fresher longer. Keepsake from Sclorian Shore. Huh. Collecting more stuff. Jadariel seems to have something on her mind. You know, actually I'm going to read the book first. The Mercy Shown. The mercy shown in the words of Gol Galathanian, the Master General. The imp Haub and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my emperor Soliam Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Galathanian, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are in exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. It's almost like we're on a pilgrimage, mimicking the journeys of the original scribes, the sort of religious icons. Alright, Jadariel seems to have something on her mind. Jadariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there, for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out. That's been bugging me a while now. I thought we all were getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No. Not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us. The four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you to know my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jadariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to you to reassure you. and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom. Yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your 3 companions each gain +1 hope for the liberation rite. Well, maybe I will choose them after all, even though I was thinking, you know, maybe not, but they all have +1 hope, so we're probably going to do it. Alright. Slug market, if you please. Hey guys! So, just so you're aware and all, I know how come you're here. How come you made it all the way up here. Oh, I know alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're going to get a lot of value there, an awful lot. You're funny, okay. What is this? Scribe Snuff, consumable item. Unlearn any masteries and choose again. Ooh, I like that. How much are these things? These are cheap. 3, 16, 30. No, I want that. I'm gonna probably want to do that for at least somebody. Oh, nice. That's one of them Scribe Snuff fingers there, huh? One dab of those little guys and you'll be like, woo! Know what I mean? They're pretty popular, but I got my connections, and they got their connections, and they got their connections, and they got plenty more of those. So just come see me and Dad here later on. We ought to have one back in stock. Well, that's good to know. They won't be hard to get a hold of from this point forward. Oh yeah, I definitely want that. Yes. And that. Yes. That's just one level, I think. Yes. Now, these should be out of my price range. All of them. Yes, good. That's fine though. Okay. Yeah, really like that. Might actually give that to Ruki instead of his current thing. And there's no level on, I can't level it up. Yeah, because that just has a single, like, non-scaling effect. Yeah, okay. Oh good, let's go here. Alright, you. 2 seconds. Can I level this up? Let's see. Can I see if I can level that up? I can. Oh lord, yes. We're gonna do that. Jodario. Yours I think is good. I like too. Cast your aura farther and faster. Yeah. We're gonna level the crap up out of yours. If we can. We can. Yes. And we're even gonna do it one more time. Well, that's supposed to. Whoa! Oh, okay. That's, yeah. Oh my god. That's gonna be amazing. Excellent. Ruki, we're gonna give you. I know this is specifically for you, but you are gonna be a runner for sure. Actually, what's Hedwyn's do again? Oh no, he has this stamina thing. So she has the farther and faster aura. Excellent. You have easier for a power cast, and you get infinite stamina on a hit for a little bit. Yeah. So for Ruki, we're gonna give Ruki this here for this time because that just seems, the way I use him, it seems extraordinarily useful. Oh, that tab was really good too, but I think this is. Yeah, I think this is going to be better for right now. Alright, moving on to the slug market. You guys have a good day out there. God, the liberation rite. I'm getting a little nervous doing this. Okay. Commence the liberation rite. Here at the summit of Mount Alodiel, one among you may finally go free if you prevail. Oh God.
Before the sentence.
Is everyone prepared, Hedwyn? Yes. Though several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers and the Rites this night. What happens if we fail? Hedwyn, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then, you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, then one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is as simple as that. What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory. We await our next such opportunity and make the most of it. Tonight our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances, just as they arise. So look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path. Okay. Concerned we may be scripted to fail this one, or it's just going to be super hard, and people may tend to lose. Your story shall continue, regardless of the outcome of this or any rite. You need but see it through. Oh.
Many years have passed since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Oh. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. Oh boy. You know who I am already, but look at what we got here. The damn Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we were never gonna see the day again. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates Jodariel. She scoffs back at him. Who's the mask? Ain't seen one of our own in ages. Not in these damn robes. Jodariel's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied. Whoa, you must be new. Jodariel soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. Haha, I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. I should rather cut out my tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now, come on! Ignarius throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. Are they all demons? Ash and Cole, oh my god. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct this rite? The lone minstrel gets your attention in his subtle way. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if you prevail. The other two in the triumvirate shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision.
deserves their freedom.
Who would be free? I'm gonna pick Jadariel. It'll be pretty sad to see her go. It's going to be Jadariel.
Jodariel.
Me? Why? Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries.
Eradita.
Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes, here are the stakes of this eve's liberation rite. Should the Night Wings prevail, the one called Jodariel shall be liberated. Should the Templars prevail, the exile Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now, who among the Night Wings shall complete your triumvirate to strive alongside Jodariel and see to her return in glory?
Who shall lend her
Well,
support?
that's just obvious.
Hedwyn.
Sounds good. Now let's bring Jodariel home. Heh, sure, no pressure, right, chum?
The choice is cast.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, reader of the Night Wings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now, are you yourself prepared, Tariq? I, Celeste. Then let us all begin. Night Wings! Been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me. Oh boy.
Commence.
That's good. Oh, the music. Oh no, no, no. Should have, got him. Oh crap. Dang it. These guys are good. Okay, Rookie. No! Ah, he came back too soon. No! No! Ah! I couldn't swap back to Hedwyn for some reason. Oh no, that was bad. There we go. Glory dive. Thank you. Ah, shoot. That's not what I wanted. Yes. Whew. Okay. You good-for-nothing Night Wings. Skip out on us for years and years, and show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. But now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best. At this at least, but now, the pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Ah, Moira. I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway. What the? Come on, Night Wings. Let's see you keep this up. Uh-oh. Nope. Then I have to...
Good.
No,
I
Oh, no, no. Jump too far. Yes!
So it is.
Dario.
Now,
Oh, that was dumb. Or was it? Ah, crap. Oh, no. That was... Okay.
a stroke of luck is all.
Oh, God, I was so close. That would have done it, too.
Too bad for that one. Bask in the purified.
Oh, my God, I need another one, because Ruki was... Okay.
Your victory is at hand.
It is. It truly is. Yes!
And there it is, at last.
Now let's see what
The Nightwings proved their worth.
actually happens.
As for their adversaries, they did not.
The guy's so snarky.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Gah. What a joke. We should have had this. What? You should have had this. Got all rusty. You've been waiting so damn long. Damn it. Damn it. Nightwings! He's seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Oh, cool, her raiments are white now. After all this time... She turns her gaze toward the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. If that place still is like the Commonwealth I left so long ago, then I shall strive to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you still can hear her voice, though faintly now. The shimmer pool is a seldom seen celestial phenomenon linking the downside back to the Commonwealth. Thus, beneath the blooded moon, the Sklorian waters rise for but a moment, only to fall again. Farewell then, reader, all of you. For now. Trodariel earned back her freedom. Do I not have her in that thing anymore? Trodariel is set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, Captain Jodariel. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Was that it? Okay.
Until the rites begin anew.
Oh boy, what does that mean? After your victory over the Tempers in the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I don't know what I'm going to do without her here. Well, look on the bright side. There's one less mouth to feed. We'll see Jodariel again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that. Reader, go see for yourself. The night sky over Mount Alodiel is much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Jodariel as you look toward the heavens. You gaze into the darkness of night. What? No. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here we'll travel to at dawn. And when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Wow, okay. We'll see what we have to do, and then, damn. Hedwyn, yeah. You find Hedwyn on his own after Jodariel's liberation. You sense straight away what is on his mind. The two of them were close through much of his life. He looks up at you, but his familiar smile is nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, my friend. I should be in a much better mood right now. It's just... I can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me, I'm talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself right now, and turns to leave. Wait, hold on. Don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it in quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hoped she'd managed to get out of here. She'd been here the longest, not to mention, I'd probably be dead 10 times over by now if not for her. There's that smile. What's more, maybe other than Wolfred himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours. Back on the other side. What do they mean by plan? Wolfred's ambitious plot to spark a revolution in the Commonwealth as peacefully as possible. Oh, that's interesting. The plan's current probability of success, 26%. We shall stand together shoulder to shoulder as the scribes themselves once stood, quoth Wolfred Sandovid. Interesting, 20, okay. Just the same, though. I'm going to miss her. You and Hedwyn share some memories of Jodariel for a time, though it grows clear to you that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'd be happy on that day, I bet. It is very late now. You part ways after bidding each other a good evening. Oh. Jodariel's status liberated. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'm very interested in to see how this moves forward. Okay. So that was... Wow. Alright. Looks like Jodariel's not in the party anymore. That kind of makes me a little sad, actually, but... Yeah. But I pretty much chose her for the same reasons Hedwyn wanted it to be her. So that we're going to wrap it up right there. And if we have to go through this over and over, I guess losing people's going to be a little bit bittersweet. That's for sure. But yeah. That's it for now. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope I kept it entertaining. And I just like to say, take care, everyone. And I'll see you next time.